Devstream 98 was last Friday, and it's time to go over the content that was discussed and announced. So first up, they announced the Great Eidolon Hunt Twitch Drops campaign, which is exactly what it sounds like. So it will start upon the release of the Plains of Eidolon and will run for 2 weeks. During this time, you can earn a few rewards by completing specific actions. By linking your accounts together, you'll receive a Twitch-themed Broca Dana upon the release of the update. By watching any Warframe stream for an hour, you'll receive the Prominence Wisp Totem, which is a decoration for your orbiter. By watching Warframe streamers complete any in-game achievements, you'll receive a random drop that ranges from cosmetics to prime gear. And for watching a partnered streamer earn the By the Dawn's Early Light achievement, you'll receive the Terrorless Sigil. Next, there are 4 new stances that will arrive alongside the Plains of Eidolon, and they showed off 2 of them during this dev stream, and 1 in the previous. So they showed off a new sword stance and a new dual sword stance. The one they showed off in a previous dev stream was for polearms, and the 4th stance coming in the update will either be a dagger or dual dagger stance. They also showed us 2 deluxe skins. One was a concept art for the Octavia Deluxe skin, and secondly they showed us the in-game model for the Mag Deluxe pack, and the pack includes the Mag Deluxe skin, a skin for the Tonfa, and a Dana. Those will arrive alongside the Plains of Eidolon as well. Next, they showed us the Halloween Tenno contest winners, and the skins they showcased were for Nezha, Titania, Atlas, Mesa, Valkyr, Limbo, and some helmets for Valkyr, Banshee, Frost, and Limbo. Now, these won't release with Plains of Eidolon, they'll release with the Halloween promotion for Warframe. Next, they showed us the glass frame in-game and her abilities. One thing is her original helmet, which was shown when we first saw her, is now her alternate helmet, and the concept art alternate helmet is now her original helmet. So there's a little switch up with that. Now they showed us the abilities, so the first ability casts a glass stream that impales enemies that are in your vision and within range. Now the further you hold it down, the more you'll impale them. Second ability creates a damaging aura around the player, or teammates depending on where the caster wants to place it, which would be great for melee players as any enemies that get close to you will have damage dealt to them. Now the third ability is a crowd control ability that spawns mirrors around the caster's position. Nearby enemies will then focus upon them, which then causes them harm through a thorn effect. At the end of the ability, or once the mirrors get destroyed, they'll create an area of effect blast that deals damage to nearby enemies. Now her 4th ability is a toggle cast ability that creates a molten wave during casting and upon release forms a circular glass wall. Now enemies who walk through the wall will be slowed and eventually halted in their position. Now the synergy towards this ability is that her first ability can shatter part of the wall to deal more damage in that area. They also said that her passive, as of the dev stream, if she's in bright light, she'll have a chance to set off a radial blind. They're still working on if they want to change it or not, so it may change when she's officially released. And she'll be coming with the Plains of Eidolon in some form of a quest. Now the major thing which a lot of people have been riled up about is the upcoming Focus Rework with the Plains of Eidolon. Now it's a complete overhaul of the system that we have now, so don't expect energy overflow or shadow step, as they're aiming the system towards the physical version of your operator, and on the topic of that, they're bringing in a warrior mode, which from what they mentioned throughout the stream was that it'll have its own stance and weapons. Now don't fret if you're caring about your standing, as it'll be refunded upon the update's release. And Rebecca also stated that there'll be a dev workshop up on the forums in the future explaining the changes in greater depth. So let's go over what they talked about with Cetus. So Cetus will have its own standing system just like Syndicates. You can earn the standing by completing tasks that the Ostrons need help with. For instance, there will be a job board that players can visit to earn some rewards. Now these jobs will be focused around early game players, but there will also be some veteran jobs as well. From what we saw, it has a scaling difficulty, so, you'll have level 10 to 20 enemies and so on, and the standing itself can be used to purchase weapon part blueprints for Hawk's Anvil, which is the custom weapons coming with the update. Now, there will also be multiple shops throughout Cetus for cosmetics and gameplay enhancing gear. Now, alongside the multiple shops and whatnot, there'll also be a mining system that you need to participate in if you wish to get the new arcanes. They showed it off, and it will require memory and accuracy. Now that's it for Cetus information. We then have the Plains itself. Now if you want to see the full gameplay of this, they uploaded a 22-minute video of what was in the Devstream, just without the overlays. In the video, they showed off caves, colonies, and missions, so it's definitely worth a watch if you're interested in the planes. Now, if you're wondering about ammo economy when it comes to the planes itself, Steve stated that there will be Grineer air deployments that drop ammo for the Grineer that you can then loot. They also showed off the actual Eidolon model and its movements, and they also talked about its mechanics. So the Eidolons are a passive enemy, meaning they won't attack you until you attack it. And you can't actually damage them as a Warframe, but you can as your operator, which I don't know how to feel about that, but we'll see when the update drops. Which is why we're receiving the Focus Rework at this point, and why you can upgrade your Tenno to its warrior form. On the topic of that, the warrior form gets an armor upgrade that hopefully will increase its lifespan, as at the moment they're extremely weak and basically fucking useless unless you do your passive upgrade. So alongside just the armor upgrades and whatnot, you can actually put arcanes on these armors. And all of the armors that you've purchased from the market, they're getting a upgrade as well. So like, once you go to the warrior form, you'll have an updated version of the outfit that you have at the moment. These arcanes, I don't know if they are for the trial arcanes as well, like Arcane Energize, Guardian, Grace, and all that. From what they said, it's for the arcanes that you earn and build from the planes of Eidolon. Back to the Eidolon itself, now its attacks aren't just focused at you. And from what we saw in the stream, his attacks are completely AoE with a few single target attacks. Now the Eidolon itself won't be alone, as it'll spawn allies that will hunt you down on the ground and in the air. Now while playing throughout the planes, there'll also be a chance that Lotus spawns a dynamic mission for you. Now you don't have to complete it, but they will spawn in, and you'll have a short duration to reach the area and complete the task if you do want to. Now the one they showed off in the Devstream was a liberation mission, and once Rebecca completed it, it turned into a defense session, which I believe a number of people have been asking and requesting for since the game came out. Now upon completing that dynamic mission, you receive a reward and your status will be saved. Now that's it for Devstream 98. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.